Hey, welcome to Integrative Preparedness. I am Steve Smith. I wasn't going to make a video today. I'm writing today, working on the fifth book. And the way that I write, I don't always sit down for the same amount of time every day, uh, like a lot of writers do. But I kind of sit down for however long the mood strikes me, and the mood's been in me all day, and it's just flowing out. And so I kind of didn't want to take a break, but something came up that I think made it necessary, less made me feel that I should take a break and talk about it for a minute. Kelly told me just a little bit ago, and then I looked it up, that found out that Rutgers University just announced that they're going to require proof of vaccination before any of the students are allowed to register for fall classes. This is a major, not necessarily unexpected step, but a major step that we've kind of been anticipating. Uh, the talk was, to what extent was proof of vaccination going to be required for different things? Was it going to be required for students returning to school? And if so, at what levels? There's been talk about whether it's going to be high school, middle school, elementary school, or universities, and now we do have a university requiring that. All of these stories about special sections for vaccinated people, proof required of vaccination. These were all testing the waters. Every time something like this comes out, it's not just a news story. It's not just people, sharing with the world because they're good people. Well, we're thinking about this or we're thinking about that. No, it's testing. It's putting the information out and seeing what kind of pushback they get or what kind of support they get. Well, they're getting a lot of support. There is a lot of support for this vaccination, and now we have finally a major university coming out and saying that they're going to require. I'm sure that other universities will pretty soon, and that'll give cover for other places. That'll give cover for school districts and high schools and such as that. It's going to it's going to put a lot of people in positions of having to make a decision that they would prefer not to have to make, and that is whether to allow their kids to go back to school under these circumstances, or whether to force their kids to go back under these circumstances. This isn't the platform to argue about the particulars of the vaccination. This is about being prepared. The next step, of course, is going to be employment. Okay. We know that a lot of employers are really pushing this, and the political integration of forces behind this is unbelievable. The forces behind these things, even though, and I'm not going to get into details on this, you all know it as well as I do. If you don't know it, there are plenty of places out there in the world for you to find the information. I encourage that you do. Make your own decisions. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but I am here to tell people that everybody may find themselves in the next year or so in a position of having to make a very important decision. And that these proof of vaccination may be required for school, for work, certainly for travel, for events, for any number of things. And the question is, if this is not something that you want to do, are you prepared to do without the things that require it? That's really what it comes down to. Like I say, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. That's everybody's business for themselves. But it's easy, as we go along, to say, well, I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. It's just kind of like, registration of our boom booms. Well, I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. But people too often don't take it down the road and say, okay, if this happens and I am faced with this decision, what am I going to do? Because reality is much different than hopeful, tough talk. And if you're not ready, you could find yourself in a world of hurt. So what I've always suggested, what I continue to suggest to my friends, is beyond basic preparedness, beyond just having the ability to sustain yourself, food, water, defense, everything like that. Are you able to provide for your own financial needs separate from that job that may require you to do something you don't want to do? Okay. And the farther we go into this, the farther it's, or shall I say, the more important those decisions are going to be. So anyway, I'll say something else here too, just to kind of close this up. I know that there are feelings on the parts of many that you shouldn't be involved in social media, and you should cut the cable and don't watch TV and things like this. To an extent, I can't agree with it. I understand. I can't remember the last time I watched TV. But in times like this, that is an important avenue for information. And to cut yourself off of those can cut you off from an important information flow, information that you need. So I'm going to do another one on that here pretty soon, I think, because I've been thinking about it. But just right now, I would suggest, keep yourself informed. Get outside of your normal information loop so that you're also hearing what people who may disagree with you on things are saying and what they're thinking, because those are the things you're going to have to deal with down the road. So we got some things to deal with. I'm going to hold those off for another time because I have to go out and do some things. But you all have a good day. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. And preparing to be able to be self-sufficient goes beyond rice and beans and Berkey water. It goes to the point of being able to provide for all needs. So if you're not to that point yet, I would suggest you start thinking about it, working towards it. You can do it. It can be done. But it takes planning and effort. So to the extent that you're able to do that, I wish you well. And you all have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.